His ass, I think. Just so great to finally meet the guy and see him operating his boat with his mates. And the big deal for me was, I said, how was that fish catch for you, Bruce? And he said it made my life. And I just thought, wow, what a payback.
I think we're just talking about a major feat to be able to have your first time out on such a special boat for Bruce, and landing a fish of that quality in only about, I think he said 16 kilometres from the boat ramp, and then having heaps of other success through the day, only to lose a lot of fish to seals and things. It's he was just ecstatic. Even all through the night, he was just, alive. He was absolutely on fire, giving everyone a good rabbiting, wasn't he?
He was a bit cheeky, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, he's not a humble winner.
He had his tail up, and he was fair rubbing the dirt into us.
He was. No, good on him.
I'm Bruce Franks, and I own a white pointer 730 hardtop. Cray Nomad. Well, that's a real easy one, that. The wife pays for the boat, she can name whatever she wants. And that's the full story.
Yeah, really interesting fella. Like, to me, he was a man of few words, and we knew we were building a nice boat. It was a typical nice high-end attention detail white pointer. But now meeting the guy and having a laugh with him over the last 2 days, he must have done a lot of sneaky research. He must have known exactly what he was doing, what he wanted.
Purely a fishing boat. Haven't got any interest in cruising or overnighting. Might happen, got all the facilities in case we do. But fishing, I can go out by myself, I can take a crew with me, perfect for me, perfect fit.
730, yeah. Well, we've dabbled in them in various forms for a dozen years or more, and they've evolved into probably just about the boat I rate as our most versatile boat.
Well, Bruce went for the 730 Sports Hardtop. And when Bruce made that decision at Melbourne Boat Show a couple of years ago at a display, he bought his boat at the show. And he sat in the boat with our other owner Rob for over an hour at the show, just talking about the layout. So it was good for the two boaties to get together and talk about things. And Bruce went away and came back the next day, and then we put the boat together for him. Same hull essentially as the Sports Cruiser, but a very different cabin. I could probably say it's got a little bit more onus on rear cockpit rather than front cabin. It's a little bit more square and upright in the cabin, so it gives you the feeling of having more airborne room out the back. A little bit higher windows and things like that, so visibility and everything's fantastic for a day fishing boat. And all the things we're finding a lot of customers are doing now, we've got the top of the range custom built trailer, aluminium trailer from White Pointer, which Bruce has, with all the automatic catch-on systems and things like that. He's got anchor winch, so Bruce runs that boat now in retirement absolutely himself. He goes out to the shelf on his own, and he can operate that entire boat on his own, on and off the trailer, and fishing, deep sea fishing, all himself. So it works really well. We've put a request through to these guys to think of some ideas how we could not lose all our rear area, but lock the front, lock the wheelhouse, enclose the wheelhouse with the bifold doors and the drop window. And these guys came back to us with a couple of designs, and Bruce chose one of those, and then as they were building, a little bit of things lining up differently to what the plans were, because he had underfloor kill tanks we had to accommodate lids on, that just little things as you're building and putting things together, they can come up later on that you don't think of at the time. And Rex was great. He put a few plans to Bruce and did put him some drawings through, and oh, it came together perfectly. He's absolutely wrapped, and it's a top cabin for the size of the boat. It doesn't intrude on his rear fishing at all. It gives him all the comforts. They had 5 guys out in pretty ordinary conditions out here off Tasmania yesterday, and they came all home really dry and fairly warm and happy. It's a big, honest boat. It's not a small boat. It's a small boat in Rex's range of boats, but it's a lot of boat. It's light to tow compared to other boats of its size.
It is a good little family boat. Mum and dad and the kids can take it to the lake for the weekend, or dad and his mates, or the boys can go hardcore, bluefin tuna fishing, marlin trolling, snapper fishing, whatever you want. You can water ski behind it. So yeah, the 730 can just versatile. The one word to describe it to me is versatile. Yeah.